Hello, my Devil May Cry and Helluva fans. It's me, Charlie C. McAvoy. I told you I'll surprise you for another video. Now, as you recall, or maybe not, the fourth episode is a bit longer. So this one is part A, which is part 1 of episode 4. So I just hope you enjoyed the first one, and you probably might get the next second one soon. And remember, this is for adults, not for kids. Okay? The mission. It's called Mission 4, Devil Trigger. Everyone knows in Devil May Cry that's Dante's special, powerful, special powers. Okay, I'm going to read it now. Remember, this is part A, which is part 1, and part 2 will be coming shortly or soon. I'm going to read it now, and remember, this is based on Helluva and Devil May Cry. Well, Helluva by VivziePop and Devil May Cry by Capcom. I'm going to read it now, okay? Mission 4, Devil Trigger. Location, Hell. Area, Stolas' mansion. Subtext, 6 months later. Dante was walking in the hall until he saw Octavia, who is now a teenager, listening to music from her smartphone while walking. Dante said, "Hello, Octavia." Octavia saw Dante and took her earphones off. She said, "Oh, hi, Dante." Dante said, "You look different today. Last time I saw you, you look like a princess." Octavia said, "That's because I went to stylish a cult, and I'm still a princess. This is who I am now." Dante noticed his cousin was depressed. He said, "You sound depressed. Are you okay?" Octavia said, "I'm fine, Dante. It's got nothing to do with you." "Well, you're listening to some sad songs. Why don't you listen to Cell Driller? He did add his songs in Dead Rising 2 and 3, Dante said. Octavia said, I don't play those games anymore, and I don't want to listen to Cell Driller." Dante said, "I see. Anyway, I'm looking for your dad. He has something that belongs to my dad." Octavia said, "He's in this room, but I wouldn't go in there if I were you." "Why not?" said Dante. Octavia said, "You won't like what you see." Dante looked confused while Octavia put on her earphones and leave him alone. Dante said, "What does she mean by that?" While Dante was about to open his uncle's bedroom door, he heard some moaning coming from the other side. Dante said, "Uncle Stolas, are you all right?" Dante opened the door and entered the room. He looked shocked when he saw Blitz making out with Stolas in bed. Stolas said passionately, "Oh, Blitzy, yes, yes, yes!" Blitzo gave Stolas a passionate kiss until he saw Dante watching them. Blitz said, "Shit, someone's in the room." Dante looked surprised. Stolas looked surprised when he saw Dante. Stolas said, "Dante, what are you doing?" Blitz introduced himself to Dante. Blitz says, "Hi, Dante. I'm Blitzy. I'm your uncle's friend. Who likes to make his dick wet." Dante didn't look happy to see Blitz. Dante said, "I don't give a shit." Dante walked away and left the room. Blitz and Stolas looked worried. Blitz said, "Is he going to tell on us?" Stolas says, "I don't think so." Area, Paradise, Sparta's summer house. The next day in the living room, Sparta was interviewing Miss Mayberry and reading her resume. Sparta says, "Okay, it says in the living room you were a school teacher at the Puppies Junior School. You love teaching kids to sing, and you committed suicide after you killed your husband for cheating on you in front of your students. So, how did you become a teacher, Miss Mayberry?" Miss Mayberry says, When my parents didn't want to do anything with me, I learned to take care of myself when I was 4. My school teacher, Miss Honeybee, adopted me after my parents abandoned me. She taught me everything I know. That's how I became a teacher." Sparta said, "So, were you born with telekinesis?" Miss Berry said, "No, I'm not like that little girl from the man who wrote books about a giant peach in a fucking chocolate factory." Sparta chuckled and said, "Sorry, I was just wondering." So, what did you do outside the school in the living world? Miss Mayberry said, well, I read books, watch TV, play video games like Resident Evil, and oh, and I also answer the phone. Sparta smiled and said, great, that's the job. Welcome aboard. But we haven't opened our business yet. My son already got the name for it. Now what we need is an advertisement. Your room is rent free, and I would like to and I would like to say it's so nice to see you again. Miss Sparta and Miss Mayberry shook hands. Miss Mayberry said, thank you, Sparta. It's nice to see you again too. But I never realized that you're really a demon. Sparta said, yeah, I couldn't tell you before. Miss Mayberry said, so, where's my star pupil? Sparta and Miss Mayberry saw Dante walking downstairs. Sparta said, morning, Dante. Did you sleep well, son? Dante said, is that a stupid question, Dad? Sparta noticed that his son didn't look happy. Then he introduced him to Miss Mayberry. Mayberry. Sparta said, I would like you to meet our receptionist. Dante looked at Miss Mayberry and said, who the hell are you? Miss Mayberry said, Dante? It's me, Miss Mayberry. Dante didn't recognize her and said, my school teacher? No. Sparta said, Dante, when humans go to hell, they become sinner demons. And Miss Mayberry here killed herself after she murdered her husband for cheating on her. Dante said, yeah, I heard about that. And committing suicide is a sin, and Dante looked surprised and he recognized his old teacher. He said, Miss Mayberry! Dante and Miss Mayberry happily hugged each other. Dante said, oh my god, it's been 10 years! I didn't recognize you with your white hair, your horns, and your demon tail. Miss Mayberry pinched Dante's cheek happily. She said, oh, my favorite student is all grown up. How's my little pet? Dante looked embarrassed and said, I'm not 5 anymore. Miss Mayberry said, oh, come on, you're always like helping me at school, and I'll never forget it. Flashback sequence. Subtext 15 years ago. Location, Puppy's Junior School. Area, Miss Mayberry's classroom. Miss Mayberry was giving a star sticker to Dante. She said, Dante, you've been helping me a lot since your first day, and I'd like to announce that you are my star pupil. All the children who were sitting at the desk applauded Dante except Virgil. Dante smiled and hugged Miss Mayberry. He said, well, Dante, who's 5 years old, he said, thanks, Miss Mayberry, you're my favorite teacher. Virgil scoffed at his brother and said, well, if she's your favorite teacher, why don't you just fuck her like you want to do with your secret... Sorry, let me start again. Well, if she's your favorite teacher, why don't you just fuck her like you want to do to your secret hellhound? Dante looked embarrassed while the children was laughing at him. Dante said, Virgil, you're embarrassing me! Miss Mayberry calmed Dante down. She said, don't worry, Dante, I'll handle this. Miss Mayberry smiled as she walked up to Virgil. She said, Virgil, you've been rude since your first day. Your grades are low and you've been bullying other children, including your brother. And you've been corrupting their little minds. So I would like you to announce that you're fucking expelled! Miss Mayberry looked angry at Virgil while he smiled. Virgil said, fine, I never liked this shithole. It's full of sissy kids anyway. You're going to hell, bitch, and I hope your husband fucks a succubus. Virgil got out of his desk and left the classroom. Present day sequence, location hell, area paradise, Sparta's summer house. Miss Mayberry looked embarrassed and said, I almost got fired for swearing to a student. But after your brother was expelled, you explained to all of my students about corruption. Dante said, yeah, I did. But you don't have to worry about my brother. He's not coming to hell. He killed my mom, and Miss Mayberry said, I know. Your father told me, and I'm so sorry. But at least you can see her in heaven. I know I can't because of God's law. Dante said, yeah, but I'm not waiting to see her. Not yet. Dante looked sad while he sat on the couch. Sparta and Miss Mayberry were worried about him. Sparta said, Dante, sorry. Sparta said, what's the matter, son? Are you all right? Dante said, no, I'm not dead. When I was at the palace yesterday, finding that missing page from your journal, I saw my uncle having sex with an imp named Blitzy. Miss Mayberry, Miss Mayberry looked shocked and said, you didn't kill him, did you? No, of course not, said Dante. Miss Mayberry was relieved and said, oh, thank God. Sparta said, do you manage to get that page? Dante said, no. I just left the palace and I'm worried about Aunt Stella. As long as she doesn't find out, my uncle can get away with it. I mean, what am I saying? This is hell. He can do whatever he wants. What's the worst that could happen? Miss Mayberry looked worried and said, something tells me you shouldn't have said that. Dante said, why? Dante, Sparta, and Miss Mayberry heard someone banging on the door 4 times. Sparta said, I'll get it. Sparta went to the front door, opened it, and he looked surprised when he saw Stella. Sparta said, why, Stella, what a surprise! Stella said angrily, get out of my fucking way! Sparta angrily pushed Sparta away. Stella angrily pushed Sparta away and went inside. Sparta closed the front door and turned to Stella. He said, are you okay? Stella said angrily, am I okay? I just found out your brother was sleeping with an imp in my fucking bed! Sparta looked scared while he was trying to calm Stella down. He said, okay, just calm down. Stella said angrily, calm down! You don't tell me to calm down! Dante and Miss Mayberry saw Sparta and Stella arguing. Miss Mayberry said, who is that? Dante said, that's Stella. She's a princess of hell and my aunt. No, that's Stella. She's a princess of hell and my aunt. Miss Mayberry said, I didn't realize. Dante got up from the couch and walked up to his aunt. He said, Aunt Stella? Aunt Stella? Stella said angrily, fuck off! Stella looked surprised and embarrassed because she yelled at Dante. She said, oh, Dante! I didn't see you here. I didn't see you there. How's my favorite nephew? Dante said, I'm fine, but why are you so angry? Stella looked calm and sad. She said, there's something you need to know. Your uncle has been cheating on me with an imp. Dante didn't look surprised and said, well, you're not the only one who found out. Stella gasped and said, you found out? When? Dante said, yesterday. Well, first I've been hearing him moaning in his room every once a month. Then I found out why yesterday. I couldn't tell you before because I didn't want you to get mad at me. Stella looked shocked and felt sad. She said, oh, you poor baby! Stella smothered Dante. She said, I'll never be mad at you, darling. You should have told me. Stella stopped smothering Dante and looked at him. She said, does anyone else know about this? Dante looked at his dad, who was worried, and he lied to his aunt. He said, no, it's just me. Stella felt relieved and said, oh, thank God. His father said, well, I'll leave you two alone while I'll show our guest to her room. Sparta whispered to his son, Dante, your aunt seems calmer when she's with you, so try to chill up. So try to chill up. Dante said, okay, Dad. I said, okay, Dad. While Sparta and Miss Mayberry went upstairs, Dante helped his aunt sit on the couch. He said, would you like some tea, Aunt Stella? Stella said, beer, please. Dante went to the kitchen, opened the fridge, and took 2 bottles of beer out. Dante sat next to his aunt and gave her a bottle of beer. Dante said, now tell me, when did this happen? Stella drank half a bottle of beer and turned to Dante. She said, it all started when I was on the phone to God, asking him that I want to see your brother. But when he refused, I got so mad. He hung up on me, and I took it out to your uncle after I found out he was. Stella and Dante looked surprised. Dante said, "You're not mad at Uncle Stolas. You're mad at God because he won't let you see my mom in heaven." Stella looked nervous and said, "No, it's not that. I mean, I know that his law. I know that's his law since Mundus took over the living world and your father sealed his powers and." Stella felt depressed and started to cry. She said, "Yes! Yes! I missed her! Your mother always kept me happy and she always helped our relationship every time me and your uncle fight. I just wanted her back! Is that so wrong?" Dante felt sorry for his aunt and comforted her. He said, There, Aunt Stella. I want her back too. But I don't want to see her because it won't be fair for you, Octavia, and Uncle Stolas." Stella cried loudly until she calmed down, dried her tears, and looked at her nephew. She said, "Oh, thank you, sweetheart. You always understand what I'm going through. That's why you're my favorite nephew." Dante smiled and said, "I know." Dante had an idea. He said, "I'll tell you what. Why don't we go to Lululand? Have a day, just you and me." Stella smiled at her nephew and said, "I like that. You were always happy when I took you there." Dante said, "Well, I did like hiding in the funhouse." Dante's smartphone was beeping in his pocket. He took it out and read that text that's from Octavia on the screen. Dante read, "Hi Dante, going to Lululand with my dad and his red dickhead boyfriend. He'll be full of shit. Tell you all about it when I get back." Dante put down his phone and looked sad. He said, "I guess Lululand is off. Where are we going to go now?" Stella was thinking and said, "Well, there's one place I want to go." Well, that's the end of part A. Coming later or shortly be part B. Oh, just want to let you know, don't let your kids watch that video. It will traumatize them. And for the Devil May Cry and HELLUVAVERSE fans, I hope you fucking love it because it's going to be good. That's what I believe. I hope you will like it too. Well, there'll be another video coming shortly, so don't go away. This is Charlie McAvoy signing off. See you later, motherfuckers. For the HELLUVAVERSE fans, Devil May Cry fans. Not for kids. Don't watch that video. It's for adults only. Bye.